Hello guys, and welcome back to yet another video for News in General. Once again, I am Jason Goya, the owner of News in General, and today we're going to be taking a look at some topics here. We got autumn-like chill frost to grip east this weekend. That is crazy, right? It's freaking September, not even autumn, and we're already getting frost, basically. In northeast, we're going to be experiencing some frost. Temperatures are forecast to dip into the 50s from Boston and New York City to Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. However, in Vermont, we're going to be experiencing 40s. It's going to be dipping into the 40s. And then anything north of locations around northern Pennsylvania, New York, and northwestern New England will dip into the 30s. So we're basically going to be experiencing some frost. Now, I live here in Maine, so I am going to be expecting some really low temperatures to between 32 degrees and 38 degrees. Now, these aren't record-breaking. However, this is very, very chilly and very cold for this time of year, from what I've experienced. In addition to the potential for the first frost in the normally colder locations, light winds and clearing skies overhead will allow perfect conditions for fog to form. The fog may slow the morning commute on Monday over the river valleys, especially in the Appalachians. So check this out. Check this little graph out here. We got, thank you Cold Cooper for sending your cold air down here. But we got a cold front coming in from Canada, and it looks like it's going to be cooling down the northeast. It may cool down the south, bring it to 80s, in the 80s for highs. As you can see here, it says even in the deep south from Louisiana to Florida, highs are forecasted to be in the 80s rather than the 90s most days next week. So my family down in Florida is definitely going to like this cooler weather because just a little while ago I was talking to my sister who lives in central Florida basically, and she was getting tired of the 90s. Well, here comes the 30s, so there you go. You got some, or here comes the 80s, excuse me. 30s, yeah, right. Imagine 30s in Florida at this time. That'll be record-breaking. So yeah, I just thought this would be interesting to share because there was some record-breaking cold weather out in the, I believe in the Midwest or central U.S. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Okay, here we go. The temperatures of degrees lower than the temperatures was Friday morning versus the high Wednesday at Wichita Falls, Texas. 101 degrees Fahrenheit Wednesday, 59 degrees Fahrenheit Friday. Jeez, that's a pretty pretty quick fall in temperature there. Okay, so here we got 39 number of degrees below the average high for the date in Rapid City, South Dakota on Thursday. Then we got 136 number of years the record stood at Dubuque, Iowa, before being broken Thursday. So we got record-breaking temperatures this week, actually. Yes, this week. That's pretty crazy. Record falls as chill blasts. That is insane. I wonder if we're gonna break any records this year in the Northeast. I don't know what the temperatures look like and what the Farmer's Almanac is saying. It looks like it's gonna be a pretty bad winter for people in the North. So here we got, meanwhile, in the South, the warm and humid conditions will slowly slip away through the weekend and into next week. By next week, highs most days will be in the 70s from Atlanta to Charlotte, North Carolina, and Richmond, Virginia. So that's pretty crazy. While few records are expected to be broken in the east as the cool air settles in at the middle of the month, the fresh, cold air made its mark over the central states this past week. So they broke some records, I believe, over central U.S. So I believe out there in like Montana and Kansas, they broke some records. I believe that's what they're referring to here. Hurricane, what's this? Hurricane Frederick, August 29th through September 18th, 1979. 14 fatalities. Wow, I never heard of Hurricane Frederick. That's my brother's middle name, actually. That's pretty weird. So yeah, that's the first topic I wanted to talk to you guys today about. The autumn-like chill frost to grip east this weekend. Yay, so you better cover your plants, guys. Second topic I wanted to talk to you guys today about, and you can find all these links in the description of the video, is Minnesota's largest high school ditches Michelle Obama's lunch rules. So Michelle Obama, her little campaign for, health and stuff, which is good. Our children need to be healthy. However, it's causing some schools to not have enough money to pay for other things that the children need. So basically, they're kind of like taking Michelle Obama's meal plan or whatever. Oops, sorry for that advertisement popping up. And basically having that as like a mandatory. But it's making some of the schools not have enough money for other things, as you can see here. Lunchrooms across the country are experiencing significant revenue loss and increasing waste due to a requirement that all students take a fruit or vegetable, whether they eat it or not. So basically, you know, you can't make the kids eat something. So why are you going to make them, you know, say you have to have a fruit or vegetable or have a certain amount of nutrition or food or whatever, even though it's causing these schools to lose a lot of revenue, which they could be needing for other things, you know, that could be more beneficial than this Obama Miss First Lady's meal plan or whatever they want to call this stupid thing. Don't get me wrong, guys. I do believe in children being healthy and eating healthy and them providing healthy foods at the cafeteria. But if it's going to cause negative effects with their learning, with revenue loss, I wouldn't go for that. And plus, they're not even eating the fruit or vegetables anyway. They're just throwing it away, which is costing more money for the trash and stuff. So as a result, many districts are opting to forego their federal funding to serve students food they want to eat. So basically, this article is summing up that Michelle Obama's lunch rule plan, or whatever she has here, is basically failing, okay? Let's see here. Students can choose 2 packets of barbecue sauce, or 3 ketchup packets, or 2 ketchup packets and a mustard, or just 1 packet of mayonnaise. What is this crap? You know? When I was in middle school, they only gave me like 1 packet. Like if I was having a hamburger or something like that, they'd give me 1 packet of ketchup and 1 packet of mustard. I wouldn't get to choose mayonnaise because, you know, why would I need mayonnaise for a hamburger? You know, and why would I need 2 ketchups and a mustard? You know, that's who's gonna put all that on a hamburger? 2 ketchup packets and a mustard on 1 hamburger? That's insane. That's way too much. So yeah, that's stupid. But I mean, I can see how the children need their fruit and vegetables. But if they're not going to eat it and it's causing negative effects, like I said, like this revenue loss, then why still make these schools adopt this meal plan, whatever she has going on here? So hopefully this won't last long. Let's see here. The students enjoy mini corn dogs. We won't be able to serve those every day. All juices must be 100% fruit or vegetable juice or diluted with water, but no added sweeteners, she said. Who is this talking? I believe I skipped some stuff here. District Food Services Director Brenda Brolick says last year between the middle and high schools, the a la carte line brought in $2,200 a day. So far this year, it's been about $1,400 a day, though she says the number is increasing. So I believe they're changing the a la carte menu as well. So they're changing all of it, because a la carte usually was just like little snacks, chips. You know, it wasn't like a full meal. You know, I mean, sometimes you could get a pizza or something like that, but it wasn't like the regular food that you'd get from the regular lines. You know, where you get your corn, your green beans, your vegetables, your bread, all that good stuff. But honestly, this isn't going to last long. With all these schools dropping out of this program, you know, it's a stupid program, I think. Just don't get me wrong, people. Please do not get me wrong, okay? I am totally down for children eating healthy and being healthy and getting rid of obesity and in turn getting rid of diabetes and all these health problems that people are getting. But if it, like I said, if it's causing negative effects, get rid of it. You know, get rid of it. Because I'd rather have our children have better experiences in learning than have them eating, you know, good food, healthy food. And you may disagree with me, but you know, I would rather put the money into the learning courses and education and the teachers as well, because pretty soon, if Michelle keeps this program, you know, alive and keeps pumping it out there and demanding that people or demanding that schools, you know, adopt this program, then there are going to be some angry teachers out there, because it's going to affect their paycheck, and it's going to affect the kids' learning as well. So there's going to be angry teachers and angry parents. You know, so yeah, I'm totally against the Michelle Obama food plan, and I'm also against Common Core. I'm not sure if you guys heard of that. Just Google search it, Common Core Education. But I went and looked at it, and it was confusing as heck. I'm like, what the heck? You got to add 5, you got to add up all this stuff just to get the equation. Instead of like 5 plus 5, you basically got to add up a bunch of different numbers to get the answer. But you could just do 5 plus 5 or 5 plus 10, you know. But with that, you got to add up a bunch of different numbers and then get the answer from there. I'm like, what the hell is this bullcrap? Now, I'm not sure if everybody's doing that. All the high schools are doing it, or all the schools are doing it. But I also want to talk to you guys about, my sister told me this, that in kindergarten, they're basically getting the idea of algebra. Like, they're doing, like, you know, not doing, like, full algebra, but they're just getting, like, the idea of it. And, like, you know, kindergarten and stuff like that. They're starting the kids out, like, what I started out in, like, 3rd and 2nd grade. In kindergarten, those kids are learning what I learned in, like, 2nd and 3rd grade. So it's getting kind of demanding, if you will. They're demanding a lot out of these kids today, and that's gonna bite them in the ass in the long run. I think there's gonna be a lot of kids failing, flunking, starting over, and dropping out. You know, doing the online schooling, because I don't believe their Common Core is online. I think you can just do regular high schooling or regular middle school or regular schooling without the Common Core involved. Now, there are some schools in some states that have adopted that Common Core, but not all schools have adopted it. Excuse me. But for example, I don't believe Maine schools have adopted the Common Core. They even have a Facebook page that says "Say No to Common Core" in Maine. So there's a lot of people against it, and I'm one of them. And I believe my sister is too. So that's all I got for today, guys. For news in general. Apologize. I need to start doing a lot more investigating in these news stories and stuff like that for you guys. But I'm just getting back in the rhythm, so bear with me. And I got a relaunch coming up in next month, so I'm just getting, you know, adding little bits into the website and stuff like that, and coming up with new ideas for news in general, basically. So be sure to stick around for the channel, because hopefully we'll be doing a live show Saturday, which is tomorrow night. That'll be with Cole Cooper, so you'll get to see him. You haven't seen him in a long time, neither have I. So that'll be cool. It'll be interesting to see how he's changed, if we changed any. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time. I'm kind of rambling here, so peace out. So check this out. Check this little graph out here. We got, thank you, Cole Cooper, for sending your cold air down here. But we got a cold front coming in from Canada, and it looks like it's going to be cooling down the northeast. It may cool down the south, bring it to, like, you know, 80s, in the 80s for highs. As you can see here, it says even in the deep south from Louisiana to Florida, chilly and very cold for this time of year, from what I've experienced. In addition to the potential for the first frost in the normally colder locations, light winds and clearing skies overhead will allow perfect conditions for fog to form. The fog may slow the morning commute on Monday over the river valleys, especially in the Appalachians. Frost, basically. In northeast, we're going to be experiencing some frost. Temperatures are forecast to dip into the 50s from Boston and New York City to Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. However, in Vermont, we're going to be experiencing 40s. It's going to be dipping into the 40s. And then anything north of... Hello guys, and welcome back to yet another video for News in General. Once again, I am Jason Goya, the owner of News in General, and today we're going to be taking a look at some topics here. We got autumn-like chill frost to grip east this weekend. That is crazy, right? It's freaking September, not even autumn, and we're already getting locations around northern Pennsylvania, New York, and northwestern New England will dip into the 30s. So we're basically going to be experiencing some frost. Now, I live here in Maine, so I am going to be expecting some really low temperatures to between 32 degrees and 38 degrees. Now, these aren't record-breaking. However, this is very, very